I felt when I left the hospital with my first baby. I was astounded by the fact that they were allowing me to leave with this tiny human, entrusting me with his life and well-being, and I really had no idea what I was doing. Most people would agree that parenting is the hardest thing they've ever had to do, and yet there's no manual or class that can come close to preparing us for this most difficult of occupations. My goal during this parenting series is to equip you with some proactive steps that you can take to help protect your children from exploitation. While I don't have all the answers, and my advice is certainly not the end-all be-all, I'd like to share with you what I've learned from parenting my 3 children and the wisdom I've gleaned from others while working in the anti-trafficking field. If you're like me, receiving parenting advice can feel overwhelming, and even worse, it can cause guilt about past mistakes and missed opportunities. Rather than allowing yourself to be overwhelmed, choose one baby step that you're going to take each week. And rather than focusing on the past and things out of your control, let's do our best to focus on the present and what we can control. As the wise Chinese proverb says, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. An important note before we get started. There are important, proactive steps that we can take to protect our kids from exploitation. However, even if we take all the right steps, we can't control everything. And the reality is, we have all made mistakes as parents, and there are some things we wish we'd done differently. Sometimes terrible things happen, and as a result, we can be riddled with guilt and shame. Please know that our mindset in creating this parenting series is one of grace for the past and hope for the future. All right, let's get started. Throughout this series, we will educate you about various tough topics related to exploitation, and then give you proactive steps to address those topics with your child. This can be difficult or feel awkward if you don't have a habit of regular and open communication with your child. So we have prepared 2 bonus episodes to help you lay that important foundation. The first is on building trust, and the second on being present. There's some really good information in those, and I encourage all parents to check those out. Last week, Kat defined exploitation as taking advantage of someone's vulnerability to achieve personal gain. And the exploitation is a spectrum of experiences that can range from bullying to trafficking. In talking to your kids about exploitation, we want you to remember these 3 things. Talk early, talk openly, and talk often. Number 1 is talk early. Talk early means that it's important to start talking to your kids about exploitation at an early age. That, of course, doesn't mean that you will talk to your 3-year-old about sex trafficking, but core concepts related to sex trafficking, such as healthy boundaries and the importance of consent, can be taught at an early age in an age-appropriate way. Think about it like building a pyramid of blocks. Those core concepts are like the foundation of the pyramid, and you build on that foundation as they get older by giving them more detailed information. Number 2 is talk openly. This means that part of your job as a parent is to give your child the information that they need to know and be specific. I know some parents who make a conscious choice not to talk to their kids about hard topics because it's uncomfortable or because they feel ill-equipped. If that's you, let me challenge you in saying that if you don't tell them, someone else will. That someone else most likely will be their peers or the internet, or they may even learn through experimentation. And the information will likely be inaccurate, incomplete, and could even be harmful. One prime example of this is the increasing role that pornography is playing in shaping children's views on sexual relationships. We also might fall into the trap of assuming that our children will learn what they need to know at school. As parents, we have the opportunity and the responsibility to teach our children the information that they need, as well as the values that go along with it, so they can keep themselves safe and make healthy choices. One other important point about talking openly is that we need to be open to our children's questions and respond in an honest and calm manner. Just the other day, one of my kids asked me what a 3-way means because some kids were talking about it at school. I gave a basic explanation to try to keep it age appropriate and remained calm. Hopefully that child walked away with the assurance that it's safe to come to me with their questions. Number 3 is talk often. When addressing these topics with your children, it's not meant to be a once and done conversation. There will be times that you will sit down with your child and have a focused conversation, but as with anything, the majority of what we teach our kids comes from taking advantage of everyday teachable moments. For example, you might have a sit-down talk with your children about consent and the importance of respecting when other people say no. Sometime later, Your children might be horseplaying and one says stop, but the other one continues grinding their face into the carpet. This is the perfect opportunity to reinforce the importance of consent. So as we wrap up, I will leave you with a few action steps you can take this week. Number 1, how do you feel after listening to this session? Does talking about parenting bring up any feelings of anxiety, guilt, or shame? If so, consider taking some time to process that in a journal or with someone you trust. Focus on embracing grace for the past and hope for the future when it comes to your parenting. Number 2, listen to bonus episode number 1 on building trust in your relationship with your child. This information will help you foster open communication in your relationship with your child, no matter where you are on your parenting journey. Number 3, remember, just choose one baby step this week so you don't get overwhelmed. See you next time.